Hello again and welcome back to the Meltwater YouTube channel. My name's Samantha, I'm the Content Marketing Manager here at Meltwater. And today's topic is Instagram marketing. More specifically, this is a beginner's guide to using Instagram effectively as a marketing tool with tips to create a strategy, grow followers, maintain your presence, and utilize all the features Instagram has to offer. So to start, let's break down what Instagram marketing actually is. Put simply, Instagram marketing is the ways in which a brand posts, behaves, and interacts on Instagram for the purposes of brand awareness, gaining followers, and influencing sales. There are several strategies available to marketers interested in using Instagram for promoting their products and services, and we'll cover them all today. One thing you might be asking yourself is Instagram effective for marketing? And it's a fair question. After all, with so many social platforms and marketing channels out there, it's never been more important to focus your efforts where you get the most bang for your buck. But one look at the statistics and it's clear why so many marketers want in. One of the first things you could consider if you want to pursue Instagram is to remember that Instagram is a visual-heavy platform, so you'll need to assess your resources for being able to create eye-popping imagery on a regular basis. Like any marketing strategy, you'll get out of Instagram what you put into it. If you allow yourself time to build a following, engage with that following, work with the right influencers, tap into Instagram shopping if you're an e-commerce site, and use ads if it's in your budget, and keep up a high standard of image and video quality, then Instagram will likely yield benefits for your brand. Every brand's Instagram will differ depending on stylistic choices and the type of business that they are. That said, successful Instagram brand accounts will probably have these three things in common: a tight focus, clear visual coherence, and consistency with captions and hashtags. They've also likely started out with a list of goals they want to achieve with Instagram, and how the success of those goals will be measured. Understanding what you want to achieve with your marketing efforts on Instagram will help you hone in on the kinds of photos, captions, and stories that you post, in addition to informing your share ratio and engagement style. So before you start the fun of creating stories and posting photos, establish a clear set of goals, guidelines, and KPIs. Here are just a few ideas for goals on Instagram that can help marketers achieve success. Growing popularity through word of mouth. Look at ways to build word of mouth and UGC, such as sharing to your stories when you're mentioned. Make sure you have a prominently featured brand hashtag in your bio so that people know how to get featured. It would also be a good idea to partner with nano and micro influencers for this goal. Keep up with competitors. Are your competitors killing it on Instagram with massive engagement and follower numbers? Clearly, they are getting something out of the platform and have invested the time to make it happen. Look closely at the hashtags they use, the type of content they post, and which Instagram features they utilize the most. Are their stories an afterthought or the main event? Do they jump on all the latest Reels trends? You can then either invest time in the same features or expand into spaces they're not paying attention to. Be sure to check your analytics on a regular basis to see how you measure up with competitors. Increasing sales. Utilize the shopping feature and share product releases, sales, and contests to your stories. You could also promote your product posts to get in front of more eyes. Who is your audience? After you have your goals laid out, it's time to determine your target audience, which will further inform the kind of content that you post. Remember that your audience on Instagram might be slightly different than other channels, and your content should reflect that. A good place to start is following hashtags related to your industry and see what kinds of content your consumers and competitors are posting and engaging with. Growing followers. And now for the obvious statements portion of our show. Marketing on Instagram without followers isn't going to get you anywhere. So just how do you start to grow that elusive following so that you can provide them with useful content that they can then share and engage with? Welcome to the chicken and egg problem of marketing on social media. You can't have engagement if you don't have a following. But it's difficult to grow a following without engagement. The key to getting started is to offer value without expecting anything in return. This means avoid just talking about yourself and your products. These types of posts exist in an echo chamber and are unlikely to increase your follower count. Instead, focus on the wider picture. Go back to the audience research we talked about before and craft posts based on what people in your wheelhouse are already responding to. It's also important to consider entertainment value. Brands that take themselves too seriously on social media run the risk of appearing out of touch. There's often no life or joy, or creativity. It just tends to be one boring post after another. This is why establishing who your audience is an important first step for your Instagram marketing strategy. Once you understand this, you can craft posts catering to what you think they'll respond to. As always, track your analytics carefully as soon as you start posting. The sooner you get an idea of what people are responding to, the sooner you can hone in on your Instagram content. Another tactic for increasing your followers is to partner with relevant influencers who have an engaged audience. Gone are the days where a celebrity endorsement would be the only choice. Today, nano or micro influencers can be just as or more impactful. Approach someone who's operating in the same space as you and decide on how a partnership could be mutually beneficial to both parties. You could offer products, discounts, or coupon codes in exchange for a feature, and this can also save you marketing costs. If you like working with them, these kinds of arrangements can be a precursor to more campaigns. The key here is value. Both brand and influencer have to be providing value to each other's audiences for a successful influencer strategy to work. Use Reels. Reels were introduced worldwide on Instagram in 2020 and have grown exponentially in popularity for their huge audience building potential. Reels are accessed by the middle button of your bottom navigation bar on Instagram, so they are very prominently featured. The important note for brands is that Reels showcase your content not to people already following you, but to adjacent audiences based on their interests and the kinds of posts they already engage with. Reels are designed to be similar to TikTok videos and are shared frequently between the two platforms. In contrast to Instagram Stories, Reels offer more editing and effects options. They can be shared to the Explore page, your stories, and as a post. Using trending audios and video styles is a great way to attract younger users and to participate in the culture of Instagram. Promote outside of Instagram. Don't forget to promote your Instagram handle and page on other platforms and marketing channels, such as an email list. For the brick and mortar sector, a follow us sign with your handle up in a window or at the register is also an effective method. Increasing engagement. Now that you're chugging away at building a following, you'll want to encourage engagement, the critical component of your social media marketing success. A big following is meaningless if it's low quality. Engagement on Instagram might be difficult to achieve by the cold hard numbers, but the concept is simple. Post content that people not only enjoy, but also talk about. This means they leave comments, share it to their stories, and tag their friends. A simple @MyBestFriend thought you'd like this is huge when it comes to increasing both your follower count and your engagement analytics. When posting content that inspires conversation, here are some key points to consider. Authenticity and engaging back. Today's social media users, particularly younger audiences, love brands that are authentic and values-oriented. Instagram is the perfect platform for breaking the fourth wall and letting your followers get to know the people behind the brand. Behind-the-scenes videos and candid shots are also great fodder for stories. And be sure to engage back. One thing you absolutely can't do is sit back and wait for the comments to roll in. Just like a conversation in the real world, engagement online is not a one-way street. Be friendly, answer questions, and reply back to comments. Give your brand a personality and it will encourage even more replies. Using hashtags. Hashtags are incredibly effective on Instagram for both building a following and increasing engagement. They can be used in your post captions, stories, even in comments for maximum exposure, as long as they fit authentically. Branded hashtags are the perfect Instagram tactic for encouraging UGC. It makes it easy for you to share posts when users tag you, thereby encouraging more engagement. Instagram users can also follow hashtags, which is a very popular way of discovering new profiles. So choose the tags you use wisely, and then use them consistently, so that followers of those tags see your posts regularly on their feeds and associate those topics with you. And here's a quick tip. Avoid looking spammy with hashtags in your stories by making the hashtag text color the same color as your background, minimize it, and put it behind a sticker. It will then be invisible to viewers, and your story will still show up when someone searches for one of those tags. But beware, hashtag spamming is still spamming when they're hidden, and Instagram really doesn't like it. So be sure to only use hashtags that are relevant to your brand, industry, and specific to the story. There are many different types of Instagram posts available for marketers, and they all serve different purposes. To start with, you have the OG IG. Was I a bit too pleased with myself for coming up with that? You decide. Anyway, for those of us old enough to remember, static, single-image photo posts are where Instagram started. And while it's arguable that today they are the least valued aspect when it comes to conversions for businesses like purchases and clicks, and views for videos, they are still valuable when it comes to showcasing a cohesive visual story about your brand, and one that's way more set in stone than stories and reels. Today, of course, there's more variety in grid posts than there used to be. They can be carousels, videos, GIFs, or boomerangs. For brands, your posts in your grid should be aesthetically pleasing, and a good tip is to use similar color schemes, filter types, sizes, and style. Make sure your captions are attention-grabbing, interesting, and informative. Video. Now let's cover a few of Instagram's popular video features. Formerly known as IGTV, video on Instagram is now way more prominently featured, and brands should definitely be taking notice. Videos can be up to 60 minutes long on Instagram, so this platform is arguably all you need for longer form videos if, say, setting up a YouTube channel isn't in your immediate future. Stories and Reels. Though they may seem ubiquitous now, Stories didn't launch on Instagram until 2016, 6 years after the Instagram app hit the shelves. Despite being a bit older than the newer Instagram features, Stories are an excellent standby if you don't want to dive into other features like Reels just yet. Their ephemeral nature makes the sense of urgency fun and addictive. If your stories are entertaining, your followers will continuously tune in, and the more they do, the more likely your stories will show up in their timeline. Instagram stories are a great and super easy way to share user-generated content as well. When someone tags your handle or uses your branded hashtag, you can easily find it and share it to your stories. And one of the most significant changes Instagram made in 2021 is allowing links from stories for all accounts, not just those with 10,000 followers or more. Reels take a little more effort to create, but like we mentioned earlier, they are an excellent avenue for finding new followers. We've got a great blog post on all about creating Instagram Reels linked in the description, so be sure to check that out. Live video. Instagram live videos are created through the Instagram Stories feature, so they similarly disappear forever once they're done. Though, like Stories, you can share Instagram live broadcasts to your highlights. Live broadcasts are a great way to build engagement because they literally allow people to comment and chat live, and these comments show up in a steady stream on the screen. Instagram Lives are often utilized by celebrities, for example, providing an opportunity for their followers to ask questions, get the inside scoop on upcoming projects, and feel like a friend. Because lives are filmed through your phone and can be handheld, it creates a casual intimacy great for building a personable connection with your audience. The person hosting the broadcast can also invite special guests. They can type questions to viewers, and of course, play with Instagram's array of fun filters. So we've covered a lot already today about how marketers can use Instagram to organically build a following and increase engagement, creating that invaluable brand awareness. If you're curious about using Instagram ads, we have a great blog post on that topic linked in the description below. And be sure to be on the lookout for a video on that topic very soon. And that's a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.